I'm at the Montreal courthouse where some of Quebec's doctors, the Federation of Specialists, are challenging the government's new doctor pay law known as Bill 2. That's the law that links doctors' pay to collective performance targets. And the Federation of Specialists was asking for an emergency stay of some of the parts of the law that they find the most odious. And that includes a prohibition on 2 or more doctors engaging in a concerted effort to limit their practice or limit practicing medicine in Quebec. And the Federation really feared that this was a very broad prohibition. And they raised the example of 2 doctors who were married who decide to leave and practice in Ontario could be guilty of this law and subject to heavy fines. And they said that was a huge violation of their rights to live and work where they wanted to. Well, there's a surprising development. The Federation and the government found that they actually weren't that far apart on the interpretation of the law. The Federation says, after hearing a clarification from the government lawyers of their interpretation of the law, that kind of activity would be okay under the law. And so the 2 sides met for a few hours, came to an agreement that they have now presented to the judge on a common interpretation of this law. They want the judge to rule on that, so it's written in stone. And if that happens, the Federation says they'll drop their request for an emergency stay of that part of the law, because they'd say it's basically agreed upon. Now, they still have problems with the rest of the law and would continue with that court challenge, but that would happen at a later date. So finally, in this intense conflict, the 2 sides agree on at least one thing.